Hello, cartoon figure collectors. So, on my channel, I built a bunch of cartoon tanks, and I'm always looking for characters to pose with the tanks. And so, there's no sense of scaling when I saw these images online to buy these, but now you're going to see the scaling of them. So, all these are Ichiban Kuji prizes. Ichiban Kuji is like a lottery for toys in Japan. These are all made by a company called Banpresto, and this is like a nano-sized Ichiban Kuji. On the back it says 2014, but I don't know what this character is. If I had to guess, it's Maho Nishizumi, which we'll get to later. In fact, let's get rid of these for now, and just open this little one up first, as it's the weakest of the three. All right, so excessive amount of tape. I feel like this packaging could have been smarter. Like just the time it takes to tape this. Oh, I think it's taped up top as well. Alright. The figure has a little plastic backing and more tape. And then it comes with a really minuscule tank. Like that tank is smaller than 144. Well, I guess it could be a 144 scale. If this is a really old, like World War One tank, which it could be, just based on the track width. It's possible that could be 144, but it looks smaller. I gotta say though, it's pretty well detailed for something this small. Like, it actually has a metallic gun barrel back there. The machine gun up here is metallic. The cannon's got some details. The treads, the tank treads look alright. Some riveting details. The turret doesn't turn or anything like that, and then it's got some tampo printing. There's that school. Oh, that helps me understand which person this is. Alright, so that emblem is the main team. And actually, let me back up and explain what this is about. I haven't watched the cartoons myself, but the cartoons are called Girls und Panzer. And essentially, it's an alternate universe where high school girls compete against each other driving tanks and battling each other. So it's quite an interesting premise. So there's all these high schools, and that's what this emblem is. The main high school is called Uarai. I'm not pronouncing that right. And then here are the commanders, the overall commanders. So this is the star, Miho Nishizumi, which is this little character based on that logo of this little tank. Alright, well, let's continue on. So something here. It says 2014 BP for Banpresto. So yeah, it's a minuscule tank, that's for sure. Unfortunately, this character is so small, it's not going to fit with my Meng cartoon tanks. So if you're curious, this character, excluding the base, is only 3 centimeters tall in that ballpark. Or if you'd measure things like a moron, a little over an inch. Sorry, I hate the inch system. Okay, well anyways. Tampo printed eyes look pretty good. The mouth is pink. There's even some printing on the collar. Some red lines or something like that. So for something this minuscule, it's actually very well detailed. Yeah, some hairs and yeah, it's really cool actually. In fact, I will keep this figure because I can pose it with Chorokyu. So speaking of which, here's a Chorokyu of a 6x6 Japan ground self-defense force. It's a little bit big for a Chorokyu, but it's gonna have to do. So yeah, now you get an idea how big that little nano Girls und Panzer is. And we know that this Miho Nishizumi character here, the star, I guess, of the cartoon. Alright, let's get into the larger ones. Get this stuff out of the way. So here, so this is Ichiban Kuji prize perhaps 1 or I? It says Ichiban Kuji Premium. And then this came out when? 2017. Sorry, it's always losing focus. So 2017 is when this toy came out. It's considerably bigger And I think it might actually work with the Meng model tanks. We'll see at the end when I bring them up. And they look like the size of an Nendoroid. Maybe these actually are Nendoroids, but non-posable ones. Let's see what this thing. It's just in a bag, but. So this character is Alice Shimada, and she is from what school? She is the leader of the All-Stars University team, apparently. Alright, so back to this thing. Some sort of peg for its abdomen. Oh, you can take the body apart and put them in the top of the tank, like that. Alright, so that makes sense. Or there's that peg. I guess let's start with the tank. Now, boy, I'm trying to guess what scale this would be. It's way bigger than 144, but it's too small to be 135th. 148th, possibly? I haven't built a 148th tank. I feel it's actually probably still too small to be a 148 scale tank. Well, anyways, I don't even know what tank this is. If anyone could leave a comment, what do you think this is? It looks like it would be a British tank to me. Is this... I don't know. It's not a Pershing, which is a US tank. Please leave a comment. I'm curious. Mold-wise, it's kind of muted. Not very crisp details. Like, everything just has a roundness to it, you know? Like, the mold is old, or it just wasn't designed to have crisp edges. I guess it's okay though, considering it was probably a freebie. You had to, I think those Japanese lotteries are only like $5 or something like that, or maybe less back in 2017. So you can see the hex hole, so it won't grab that post too much. This is all solid, it seems. The hatch should come off based off those instructions. Yeah, alright, so we do have that. And then the bottom treads look alright. They're like a gunmetal color. The wheels are all blanked off. The air gaps, that is, but it's painted black. And this is, yeah, the All-Stars University team logo. Okay. No red taillights or anything like that. So, there we have, oh, duh, it even tells you who it is. So now we confirm that. And here's the post. This base looks really familiar, like the Attack on Titan figures. I have similar bases, but I forget what brand makes them. Alright, getting to Alice here, and she's in two pieces. Let's pop her together. Okay, well, so it seems to be a vinyl toy, you know, some flexibility. It's not going to just snap, but that means the hole is either that peg shrank or that hole is just designed poorly because it's super loose. It doesn't really want to stay in there. So assuming that was glued together, that's what she looks like, and she's got this like teddy bear with a crossed out eye and an eye patch. So a little teddy bear that suffered some war battling. White in the ears. The mouth and nose are really well done, well printed. This is weird, but there's like white pantyhose here for this little girl. It's all matte finish. It's like a dark brown outfit, but the boots are black, and there's a little bit of that brown for the sock, although it's painted poorly here. The eyes are nicely tampo printed, very anime style. Tiny eyebrows. The hat's got some sort of tank logo on it. A little ribbon here, all matte finish. The hair details seem okay. A little bit of an ear there. Over here, different hair, so flexible PVC, I assume. Okay, and then there you have a peg stand there. So if we were to get that in the back, and yeah, all right. So you could pose her, but she's all looking off to the side. I don't think her head moves. Or does it? No, never mind. Take that back. Alright, so we could just have her look forward, I guess. or whatever direction you want it to be. But the head will collide with the bear eventually. Okay, so that's Alice. Now let's try her out in the tank. So this little peg adapter thing looks like it's got a shape to it, like a funky trapezoidal shape. Alright, now that fits snug. So that round goes down in here into the tank. Yeah, that's nice and snug. And the head has a nice long peg, so okay. Definitely very cartoony, very oversized for what is in. If you really love cartoon tanks or girls und Panzer, it actually seems pretty cool. But again, I'm trying to buy these to pose with my Meng tanks. So, alright, let's move that out of the way. Not sure what I'm going to do with the tank. I don't actually want it. I have to glue that in place later. Alright, the last one here. This girl is called Anchovy. And Anchovy runs, or is the leader of the Anzio Girls High School. Alright, so let's close that stuff out. And open this one up. There's the date on this thing. This is also from 2017. So, probably the same prize level. They just have random characters that you can win. It's got a different background there. So let's start with the tank. This tank is significantly smaller. Maybe this is a World War I or early World War II tank. I apologize, but Windows 11 is horrible. You cannot move this taskbar to the top or the sides. I don't know why they deleted that feature. I have absolutely no clue what this tank is. Please leave a comment if you know. I'm pretty sure it's a real tank. It's just I've never seen it before. It could be a Japanese tank. You know, it's not much press on those. It's really interesting how the track kicks out like that. Obviously, it's all blanked off here. But the treads are metallic. It's got two cannons or something here. There's a separate piece. Silver on the headlights. And a little toe ring is actually open. The back has got two muffler or intakes maybe back here. And then the engine and some venting. Yeah, so the turret doesn't move at all. Okay. Do have a sense of how old it is if you were to buy it without the packaging and what franchise it belongs to, so that's nice. And then the hatch is going to be removed because we can put in the top half of that girl. Oh boy, that's really stuck in there. Okay. So same thing with the girl. Her name is there, Anchovy. That's a short one. Let's see if this person's... Well, she's well put together compared to the first one, or the second figure. But yeah, it comes apart. Alright, really giant head. Really nice hair. It's like airbrushed. Like, it's darker here than it is up on top. You can see some, airbrushing effects in the hair. These ribbons here, they're kind of flexible. These are, I don't know, it seems like the plastic hardened, The tampo printed eyes look pretty good. The teeth there, the grin, it's okay, I guess. It could have been done a little bit better. Eyebrows are there. It's holding binoculars with some recessed lenses, and the front other side as well. Yeah, a little crossover belt, a little silver buckle, some black boots, and it's all, except for the boots, everything's generally matte finish. Alright, so let's see how she looks in the stand. Simple enough. Okay. And I guess I should measure this, in case you're curious and you want to pose it with some other cartoony things. Around to the top of the hair here on the green is like 65 millimeters, or around 2.5 inches. The other one, she's a little tougher. Because, let me try this. Ignoring the, well, yeah, again, around the same height, maybe 60, ignoring the beanie. And again, around 2.5 inches or so. Alright, let's take her apart. I like how it's got two little thin hair strands there. Alright, what was that thing there? And then this will be even weirder. Let's just see what happens here. Yeah, you can just pop the head on if you wanted to. I'm gonna do the same over here. Just pop her head on. Okay, yeah, that's really weird looking. Alright, so yeah, she's driving that tank around, and I guess you can mix and match heads and stuff. If you want to have some sort of a trader wearing a different outfit. Alright. So here are a bunch of the larger tanks. So the Tiger 1, the very first of the Mang World War II tanks. This is not a World War II tank, but it is done by Mang or Mung. It's a Chinese main battle tank. And then here's a Pershing. But the medium-sized tank, the Sherman, is way too small. They totally messed up the sizing of that one, I think. Alright, so these are little generic action figures you can find on AliExpress. I think they're called MOCs, or listed that way. Ignoring those figures, though. So for the large tanks, you know, I think it looks okay with these little girls. Sorry, I don't know why that guy's stuck in there. Yeah, like that works. Oh, these guys are almost glued in, supposed to puttied in. But obviously, next to a Sherman, this looks kind of stupid. That's just well, I guess that could still work too if the Sherman's only supposed to hold one person. So, but for the big tanks, you know, especially this Chinese one, I think these characters work out pretty well actually. All right, and actually, if you put them on the stand, that's going to make them look a little taller again. But they won't fall over. I put some poster putty in their abdomens. You know, it still works for me. Alright, so there you go. Sense of scaling. And if you're looking for characters to pose with your World War II's tanks, you know, these Ichiban Kujis aren't so bad. There are more realistic looking girls und Panzer resin models, and I'm going to eventually paint some of those up, and we'll see how well those fare next to these things as well. But for today, I'm pretty happy with these purchases, although I kind of feel like these are totally unnecessary for me. Again, please leave a comment. What are these tanks? I have no idea. No idea. This one in particular, I would have to assume that's a Japanese tank. Possibly French or Belgian or something. I don't know. Anyways, very interesting. Alright, well, there you go. Hopefully you learned something. At minimum, an idea of how big they are. If you actually intend to have this thing go with anything, you better have some small models for that thing to pose with. Look, here's my thumb, right? And that tank is so minuscule. I suppose, though, if you're running some dioramas, like really small-scale dioramas, you know, like 1/200 scale kind of stuff, that would do pretty well. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next cartoon-related figure video.